Hey YouTube, it's Cutt here, and we're bringing you another one. I'm a digital artist who likes to watch movies with the people, but today we're about to do a review, a breakdown of Season 2, Episode 10 of Severance. Listen. You know what? I'm going to hold my energy. I'm going to hold my energy so I can do this beginning part, okay? Go ahead to my Etsy shop and check out my stickers. You guys have been really supportive lately, and I really appreciate all the love and support you guys have been giving me with my sticker shop. So go on over to Etsy and get your stickers. All right? I do have a sale going right now for Women's History Month. It's 35% off on all stickers, so go ahead and check it out over there. Also, I don't have a copy of it, but go check out my coloring book. Only got a few left, so you better get it while you can get it. I got a coloring book for all ages. Check that out as well. Yes, we do have the coffee girl because I need coffee. Why do I need coffee? Because I was up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning trying to make my notes. I could not record last night. I was like, oh, I'm going to record. The amount of notes I had to do and then record? No, sir, no, ma'am. So I said, okay, I'm going to have to just do this in the morning. So it's in the morning. I'm still dead, but I'm more alive than I was last night. I'm here to tell you. Okay, if you, okay, see, the subscribe button, just do whatever you want to do. If you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button, because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. For those who don't know how it works, right now I'm about to give you my non-spoiler review, my feeling and the ranking, and then we get into the spoiler. So first, my overall feeling. What in the world? What in the world? Listen, ranking 18 out of 10. Listen, full feature film. Last episode gave you everything you needed. Gave you mystery, gave you answers, gave you questions. Exactly what you want for a season 3, baby. 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 So for those who are new here, this is how we break it down. First, we start off with the recap, which we're about to do. So we talk about last week a little bit, just a little brief what happened last week. We go over the characters, we go over the twists and the shock, the jaw drop of it all, the confusion, because there's always a little bit, and then my predictions. Now, because this is the last episode of the season, we predict what we think is going to happen in the next season as opposed to what's going to happen next week. Okay? Also, we're going to do it a little different because usually per every episode, I do what I think is going to happen next week, and then we go over the predictions of last week. But because it's the last episode, we're going to go over the predictions of last week first, see if any of them happen, and you'll be surprised. A lot of them happen, so stay tuned for that. I got a lot of them right this time. Okay? A lot of them was right. Okay? And then we talk about the predictions of season 3, ideally. We are in spoiler territory. We're about to spoil. If you haven't seen the last episode, I don't understand why you're here. I don't understand why you're here. Go on over there and watch it. Come on back. Or if you don't care about being spoiled, just stick around. Let's go on right over to the characters. Cue the music. All right, it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. So just bear with me here. Okay, first and foremost, Dylan. I wanted to start off with Dylan because his storyline is a little thin. This part of the storyline is a little thin. Okay. So first of all, remember oh wait, I'm sorry. Where we at? Oh no, wait, let me go back. Hold on. Recap. Hold on. We didn't do the recap. Hold on. Last week, okay, Irvin left. Irvin was like, you know what? I'm sorry, we gotta start off with the coffee girl so early. Irving left. Irvin's like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. You ain't gonna try to kill me. Not today, not tomorrow. Okay? And then Dylan quit. Dylan quit. He like, I need to get on out of here. Here's my resignation. Is how you say resignation, whatever it's called. I'm out of here. Get me on out of here. Left. Boom. We like, dang. So Irving left, Dylan left. Those are our strongest players. Who's on the field? Is the question. Dylan's out. Milchick showed his black side. He said, don't play with me. He said, all right, this is going to be the last time you disrespect me. Talk about some bark like a dog. He didn't say bark like a dog, but that was the energy he was giving. And what you're not going to do is play me, not today on a Monday morning at work. No, you're not. No, you're not. And then Any Mark meets Miss Cobell. And that was the end of the episode where she was, Devin was like, what was what you saying? He said, oh, that she's alive. Boom, and then we out. All right. Y'all ready? Let's get on into the characters. This is when it starts breaking down. So Dylan's outie said no. Dylan's outie was like, no, sir. And at first it was a little like slap in the face, but then it was a different tone. And this is how you know Dylan, deep down in his heart, Any outie is a really good person. So he's like, his outie is like, I admire you. I actually am inspired and proud to have you as me, a part of me. And he's like, and I think you should stay. And I think that was really a beautiful moment. And I think that's what Dylan needed to hear, because Dylan was feeling unappreciated. I don't got the wife. I don't got the kids. I don't got anything. What's the point? Right? So he started to feel a little like left out, but his outie really came clutch. And we'll see later on, but I think this gave him the drive, the strength to be the Dylan we know and the Dylan we love. So we see, and we'll talk about it later, but we'll see him come in as the Dylan we love later on. Okay? So let's talk about the cabin. So Harmony, Cobell, and Devin. I'm sorry, y'all. It's gonna be a lot of coffee, girl, because it's gonna be a lot of coffee, girl, because and the thing is, sometimes buttons work, sometimes they don't work, and that's what's really annoying here. It's over life. Anyway, Harmony, Cobell, and Devin, remember, and Mark, they're at the cabin, and they're like, all right, we need to figure it out. Like, this is the time to play. Things is getting serious. So they're trying to help Mark by making a plan. Like, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go down to the basement, then you're gonna switch it out, then you're gonna boom, 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 then you're gonna boom, boom, boom. And we like, yeah. We down. He like, but what? Mark like, no, wait a minute. Then what happens to me? Oh, so y'all got plans. Gemma, outie, Mark. Oh, y'all got a family now. Oh, but what about me? That means I die. What about, oh, y'all don't care? And then she like, well, not necessarily, actually. There's a thing we can do where you don't technically die, but you're going to need to have a conversation. So then this part right here, this could have went into the jaw drop because of how cinematic and how delicious it was. But it has to go here because it just fits in the flow of the story. This moment right here was delicious. They need an Oscar for this. Or what's it when it's a show? An Emmy for this. A Grammy, a Tony, whatever it is. A Kids' Choice Award for this. You understand? NAACP for this moment right here. This was delicious. You understand? Any and outie Mark for the first time had a full conversation. Obviously, it wasn't full because they were recording themselves on the camera, and then because they're in this birthing house, when they step out into the balcony, you sever. You go back to your outie. So they were stepping in and out of the outside, in and out, and having it. And not for the first time, but one of the special things about this time, because they've been playing with cool and warm throughout the whole season, red and blue throughout the whole season. And usually the red is the outie and the blue is the innie, but in this case it was flipped because he was outside. It had this blue nighttime. The outie was the blue and the innie was the red. But I've also I'm noticing that they're associating red with truth, honesty, revealing, factual, when lies are shown. Because it's one thing to have a lie, but a lie shown is a different thing. It's actually truth. Like when you could see the lie, it becomes truth. So at least, or honesty. So in this moment in conversation, although I don't think outie Mark is lying about helping the NE be in existence through an unsevered procedure, I don't think he's lying, or at least I don't think Miss Cobell and Devin wants that to be the case. But he's not being fully honest about his feelings, which is why he's in the blue. Whereas at least any Mark is being honest about his feelings. Like, what, you trying to kill me and I don't exist anymore? Like, oh, you gonna leave? Oh, because here's the thing. It started off nice. But then it started to get a little, hold on. See this shot right here, side note. You see that? It's better in video because if it was a little overlay fade situation, so it was quite delicious. This overlay, but they're talking to each other, but they're not really. But I love that anyway. But it started off nice, but then it got like, well, hold on. He like, nah, dog, you ain't gonna leave me, not the dust. And he is like, nah. So it really took a turn because he just wasn't having it. So it really was like, no, what you not gonna do? So y'all gonna go. You gonna get your wife and then leave me in the dust. I know what it looked like. I'm not helping you. So Miss Cobell had to step in. She's like, let me talk to him. Because let me talk to him. And I thought she was gonna slap him when he walked through the door for some reason, because she had slapped him many times. But she did not. She tried to do a different approach by giving him a little bit more truth. She explains to him the thing that we figured out and knew and learned throughout the season is what the numbers represent. She said the numbers is your wife, right? That's your wife. And she said it's a doorway. Do I have it here? It's a doorway to her mind, right? And she like, cause what do you feel? She said, wow, sometimes I feel happiness, and sometimes I feel sad. She said, yes, those are the 4 tempers. You're feeling the 4 tempers that make up the mind of your wife. She said, you're building a new innie in all 25 files. Remember, Gemma is down in the basement, okay? And every time she go into a room, it's a different innie. But the last innie is the 25th innie, which is the Cold Harbor. So this is just some craziness going on. So she tried to warn him, like, they're using you. Let me move over a little bit more. They're using you. Hold on, I'm getting tangled up in the tangle up. Anyway, so I just want to move over. I'm getting caught up in the pictures. Hold on, and while we're at it, oh my gosh, Coffee Girl's just doing whatever she want to do. I need some coffee. Cause I'm dying, y'all don't understand. Anyway, so where am I at? Remind me where I'm at, y'all. Y'all not even helping. Yes. So she like, they using you. Don't believe what they saying over there. Don't believe the like, I know you like her. She like, you and Helly is not going to have a happy ending. You know, this is giving Romeo and Juliet. If I really felt that at the end, it's not going to be. And I never seen Romeo and Juliet, but doesn't everybody know the story, even though we haven't seen it? Anyway, it's very much giving like, y'all are forbidden love. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. And even if you did want it to happen, don't trust them. You can't trust Helly R, because Helly R, it's Helena. It's Helena. Okay? And then obviously he did not want to hear that. So he storms out. He storms out and he threatens. He like, you love your brother? Devin's like, yeah. He like, I better not walk back in here. The next time I walk into a place, I better be walking into Luman. If I show back up here, we're going to have a problem. And he was dead serious. Okay? But before he goes through the door, Miss Cobell screams out, I care for you. There's some, because he's not understanding, why are you doing this? Like, you doing all this. What you doing all this for? I need to know. I don't know. So, I mean, some people are speculating she's their mom, because she would have to be both of their parents, which I can see that. I can feel that. But, like, huh? So we ain't gonna get that answer. Because why you care so much? Is it just because you care? I don't know. I don't know. It's just because she has Cobell has a heart. It's small. It's a small, shriveled up heart. But Cobell does have one. So I don't know. Okay, let's move on into the twist. Oh yes. Oh yes. So he got what he wanted. Andy Mark popped back. Also, side note, that's the last time we see Miss Cobell and Devin. That was first half of I don't know first half, but first part of this episode was them two. We don't see them again. They're done. Okay, well, we kind of about to see them again. We actually do about to see them again, but we don't see them the way you're thinking. So, Andy Mark. Okay, so Andy Mark is back on the severed floor. Okay, but when he gets off the elevator, they got this large painting. But listen. Of every single character. Every single character in the show. Listen. Not just the Lumen people. Not just the 4. Of every single character in the show. What's going on here? What's going on here? And Kier. Something ain't right. Something ain't right about the whole town. I've been trying to say that from the beginning. Something ain't right about that husband of Devin. First of all, never liked him. But something ain't right about him. People thinking he's a goat. I don't know. We gonna find out. Something ain't right about his friends, that black guy. Something ain't right. Something ain't right about Milchick. Mentally insane. Something ain't right about the goat lady. Even though we like the goat lady. But still, something ain't right. Anyway, the whole town is crazy. Everybody. The only people that I feel is kind of normal is the black lady Assault. Devin maybe, and now I'm starting to second guess her a little bit. And Gemma, who obviously ain't right either, because look what she's going through. Jeez Louise, these people. Anyway, so it's a painting of Mark. He's sitting in front of the camera. You can see him right here. Got his hand up as if he's the savior of all these people somehow. There's something he's doing that's connected to all these people. Something ain't right. I'm just saying, y'all not listening. Something ain't right on the show. Something wrong with these people. Come on, is the coffee girl gonna work over here? Jeez Louise, coffee girl. Okay, so where we at? Okay, so then Mark and Helly, they return to the office, and they find a letter in the hands of Kier Egan statue / robot, because it's a little like it's given very much Chuck E. Cheese robot, and it's basically like, we want to be here to watch and witness this amazing event, and we want to be a part of that. Silly me. So they go over to the table to complete the task, and Mark is kind of like, I mean, I don't have to do it. Like, I could just not do it, right? And like, I could just not participate. But Helena convinces him, because basically she was like, yeah, but at least you'll be alive, right? And he's like, okay, but I want to be alive with you. And then I missed it when I first watched it, but when I watched it again, she was like, but I'm her. Like, basically, but I'm Helena. Like, even if you do want me, you still got Helena. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the bottom line. And this beautiful tear came down his eyes, like, I guess you're right, and then I have no choice. So let me just go on ahead and do it. Let me just go on ahead and finish it for them, because you ain't wrong. But before he go to push the button, see that? She went on ahead, slip that paper right on in there. Slip that paper right on in there. That was the notes, the left, right. That was the PlayStation cheat code. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, slid that right on in there. So he got it. Boom, boom. They pushed the button. We working our way on our way through. Okay. So then the Kier Egan statue and Milchick, Mr. Milkshake, had a little speech. But this was a little weird. Because remember, we still haven't seen the board. We don't really know what the board is all about. Because this conversation, at first it was like this scripted conversation, like, you're a robot, I'm going to say this line. You're a robot, I'm going to say this line. But then it became, is it a robot? Or is it the board? Or is it something else? Because then it started to become like, you couldn't have pre-planned that conversation because it's starting to get a little personal. Because you know Milchick love a big word and they do not. So when we start saying big words, he like, all right now with the big words, right? So I don't know, something ain't right about that. I'm not gonna look too into it because I don't think it's something we need to worry about in this season anyway. But next season we need to find out what the real world is going on with the board. What's really going on, for real, for real. And talking about what's going on. Now, what the drum line is going on? What the Nick Cannon is going on? Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. You better drum line. When they started drumming, I said, all right, Severance, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do. You want to have 2 episodes next season? Fine by me. You want to have 80 episodes next season? Fine by me. Okay? Do whatever you want after this? I said do whatever you want to do. And listen, when I say Mr. Milchick was eating down, he said this, he said this is my moment. He said, I've been waiting 100% for this moment. Because he is a performer. He will perform for you. He said, listen, he don't care how big the audience is. He will perform for you. Listen, he need an Oscar right now. Give him an Emmy for this performance. I need something. Because was the shoulders not shouldering? And the drummers were drumming, eating it down. Now, as much as that was giving me everything, these people are crazy. What in the world is actually going? Like, for real? What is actually going on? What is actually going on? This is unacceptable. Like, as much as it was giving me, when I say it was giving me everything, it was giving me everything. But I'm running over my. Oh my gosh, I'm getting caught up in. Oh my. Wires are getting caught up. Oh my gosh. Oh. Listen, as much as this was eating down, this is very inappropriate and very confusing. And they didn't explain anything. So then they just got Devin, Mark and Helly R just standing there like, what is actually going on? And then the drummers are like robotically stuck. And you know what? They're giving me oh. They're giving me the Wicked Witch's guards. Very stuck in this trance of this leader. And then we'll see, just like the guards in the Wizard of Oz was freed, we see they are a little free later on. We'll talk about it when we get there. Okay? Woo! Let me tell you, eat it down to the ground. Okay? So then Helly R distracts this man. While y'all sitting there performing, she grabbed the walkie, which I didn't understand at first when I first watched it, why it was in the toilet. I don't know why I didn't connect the dots, but because it's run through water. It doesn't work anymore, so he can't contact anybody, which gives Mark more time. Really, they're just doing this to distract and give Mark as much time as he possibly can. So she locked him in the bathroom, and Mark ran for his life. Okay, well, not for his life, but for Gemma's life. So he ran. He's doing the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay. So then this happens later, but just because we're kind of still here, I'm just going to talk about this part here. So this is the OEO moment that I'm talking about. So she starts to convince him, like, I need your help. We need your help. It's us against them, and we are the same. They are not. We need your help. So she convinces them to be a part of this war that is about to take place, obviously, in season 3. And she says, it's not I guess the image is gone. I didn't put the image? Okay, whatever. There's an image. I think I wanted that there. There's an image of Helly looking at Milchick through the door, and he was like, she said, they give us half of a life and think we won't fight for it. I was like, she a G. She said, right, Milchick? Look directly at Milchick. Now, first it was like, oh, she trying to be like, because you were the leader, which I do think is true. But I also think it's a little bit of like you feel it too. And you're not even an outie. You feel like they're taking half of your life. And that's just anybody at work. Not a lot of times, no matter what job you're doing, it takes half of your life. Right? So it's like, and that's even rather you're a freelancer, but well, as a freelancer, it's my whole life. It's my whole life. But you know what I mean? You get 9 to 5, so I get it. So it's the same for him as well. So I think it was like a double situation there. A double situation, okay? But eventually, he gets out. Now I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, just because after this, it kind of nothing really happens with Milchick, so that's why I'm kind of ending Milchick's story a little bit here. Which can we just bravo for I don't know the actor's name. Oh, I got him right here. For Tramell Tillman. Can we bravo? Yeah, so eventually he gets out because as we know, I think we talk about later, but Dylan comes in with the vending machine and presses the because he gets the door open, but he presses the vending machine against the door, so he still can't get out. So Dylan came in clutch to hold him back. But eventually he gets out, knocks the vending machine over. But guess who's standing there? Dylan. With who? The army. OEO. He like, no, what you ain't gonna do is try us. So and then he stopped. I don't have a picture here, but Milchick is standing on top of the vending machine, like giving a little Kim, like you ain't gonna be able to take all them people. You ain't gonna be able to take Dylan out along this group of people. Anyway, okay, so let's move on. So that's the last time we see Dylan. That's the last time we see Milchick. Their storyline is done for this season. So then Gemma enters Cold Harbor. Okay, I gave up on Coffee Girl, y'all. When the button don't work, I'm over it. So Gemma enters Cold Harbor, and she seemingly has no emotion, no memory, no nothing. She seems to be a clean slate, which is what they seem to want. Okay? So she's told to build this crib by this creepy dude. Remember, we don't like the creepy Bob dude. He's like, all right, I want you to build that crib. So, or not build it, break it down, take it apart. So she's taking it apart, Okay? Then the mammalian merchable lady brings a lamb as a sacrifice. Okay? We're gonna talk about what happened, but we'll talk about what I think it means in the confusion, because I'm a little confused about some of this. So we'll come back to this in the confusion, okay? But she's bringing a lamb, and before she gets a chance to sacrifice the lamb, right before she get a chance, they hear Mark outside the hallway trying to bust through a door he can't get through. Remember, this little room they was in sacrifice the lamb, it wasn't in a door, it was in, you see these little slits on the wall? A door. a door. So how many doors? They got hidden doors in here. Can't trust nothing in Lumen. Anyway, so they come outside like, sir, what you got going on here? What you got going on here? And then he gets punched in the face. I mean, I'm sure it's some type of CGI, some magic, some movie magic going on here. But he looked like he really got punched in the face because it was a real quick jab right into the face. Okay? He was trying to run for it, but that obviously wasn't happening. And then they got into a fight. I said, bite his arm off. I was screaming. I was like, bite it off. Listen, when you're ready, if you're biting someone in a fight, skin needs to be rip the meat out. Just, you got to get to, if you're at that point, take it out, take it apart. Just saying. So, just saying. So they're fighting, but Mark is losing. Mark is losing. He getting choked out. We're like, and he red in the face, neck, eyes bulging. Stuff is happening. So he's obviously not gonna make it because this dude is, so he ain't gonna make it. Okay, but guess who came in clutch? The lamb lady. She said, no more killing. No more killing. The lamb lady came in clutch with a gun. I've been saying y'all need to come in. I said last week, y'all need to go in guns blazing. Did I not? Did I not? Because how else you going? Look, I'm not necessarily a gun guy, okay? But sometimes things can't be answered without it. I'm just saying this is one of those cases. What you gonna do? Go in there with a smile? Go in there, guns are blazing, and that's exactly what happened in this episode. Granted, this is not a normal gun. This is something else. Confused. I don't really know what it is, but it's something else. Okay? But even though she had the gun to the hand, they get into a fight, but she got the upper hand. Listen, them lamb people over there, they ain't the ones to mess with. They not the ones to mess with. They beefy. They strong, they work. They are not this particular group. So a big war is coming because I just thought about this. Remember when Helena, it was actually Helena, but when Helena went into the merchable area, she kind of convinced them like, we the same. Like, so similar to what they just did to get the OEOs. To get the guards. So we'll talk about it later, but people are speculating already that that's not Helly R. And I have my thoughts, and we'll get there when we get to the confusion area. Anyway, point is, she was about to end this man, and I was kind of with her. Go ahead and end it, but Mark was like, hold on, wait a minute. Mark was like, wait a minute, don't kill him yet. Don't kill him. Because I can use them. Okay, first of all, this picture down here, I had to, right before I came on here, I added this in because I thought it was just her face. She was like, no, ma'am. These people are crazy. But right here, he's holding Drummond hostage. So I was like, okay, that was smart. Like, don't kill him. I need him. Let me take him with me. Right? Sounds good. Doing the thing. But remember, they take an elevator down, but when every time they go through the elevator, so he's the innie right now, but when he goes to the elevator, he's about to be the outie. So he explained to him on the elevator, look, when we go down here, this is what we're gonna do, elevator go down, a little clutch and a little finger, because they get a little tense when they go down, so his finger got a little tense. So this is what the outie woke up to. So Drummond's dead. Drummond didn't make it. And that's just the way it is. Anyway, so at least now he got this gun. And, no more bullets. But anyway, he got the gun. And at least now he don't have Drummond to have to worry about. Okay? He scares off. This part was so funny because he's just with the gun. And she's like, So scares off the nurse lady, just gets her out the way because we're already done with that. And then he did something so clever because remember, in order to open the door, you got to put your hand in the thing and it pricks your finger to get the blood. But if your blood isn't connected to the thing, you ain't getting in. So he tried it with his own hand, did not work. But then he got all this. And the boat, and this is what I love, is when the story's moving so smoothly that you know what's going to happen next. Because then you're like, oh, use the blood from the... But I didn't think he was going to use the tie, but that was nice. So he uses the tie that has all the blood of Drummond on him to activate the door. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Okay? And then guess what? He sees his wife for the first time without being, all delulu. So beautiful. But she like, dog, who you? Sir, who you? Back it on up. Back it on up. But he like, no. I'm your wife. I'm your husband. Listen. You got to come with, listen. You got to come with me and you got to come with me now. So you're like, girl, just put it down and go with him. That's you. You're watching. You're feeling that. You're like, girl, put the wood down and go with your husband. I know you don't know it's your husband, but it is. So obviously they tried to stop him. They're obviously like, whoa, you're messing up the whole situation. Don't touch him. Don't go with him. But something inside. This is the thing. You can. This is my personal opinion. You could try all you can to remove the emotions or whatever from a human, but deep down is a human. Deep down is a human. Something inside of her trusted this guy with blood. Now, okay, I want you to think about it. There's these ominous voice telling you to break down a baby carriage, which is like, okay, first voice you heard in existence, first thing you know. So that should be the thing you trust. This man comes in covered in blood, looks crazy, looks like he just killed someone, which he did, even though it was an accident, but he just killed someone. She trusted him over this situation, not just because it's odd, it's because something deep is more powerful than the emotions, and it's the connection that she has with her husband. Just saying. Anyway, so they tried to stop him. That didn't work. But then they finally see the most beautiful moment. But it's just such a brief moment. It's a very brief moment that they got after 2 years. It's very brief. It's very beautiful, but it's very brief. And it's very sad. But they get to see each other for the first time. The Audi Mark and the Audi Miss Casey. But Gemma, they finally see each other. He knows she's alive. She knows he's alive. It's beautiful. Very beautiful moment. Okay? Very beautiful moment. I actually don't know where I'm at. I'm kind of just going with the flow. Where are we at? Hold on. Finally me. Okay. And then the alarms go off. They coming after y'all. I need coffee. They are coming after y'all. Beware or be square. That's not how the saying go, but that's what I'm saying today. Okay. Right? So then alarms go off. So they're like, all right, let's go ahead, run to the elevator. So they run to the elevator. Who's running behind them? Creepy Bob. But then hold on. Creepy Bob says, you'll kill them all as the door's closing. Excuse me? What that mean? So I put it in confusion. We're going to talk about it in confusion, but that's what happened. But I have some ideas, some feelings. People on social media are already like, well, hold on. What you saying? What that mean? Okay? So we're going to go on over to confusion when we get there. Okay, one was there. Okay. So then, remember, down here in this level, they're themselves. They're Audi, Mark, Audi, Gemma. But when they go on the elevator, they ain't Audi, Gemma, and Audi, Mark no more. That's Miss Casey and Annie Mark. They have zero connection in that way. So they're like, wait, I wish I had the picture of her face. She was like, what's taking place? What's taking place? Like, what's going on at this moment? Because I'm confused. And so is Mark. So obviously that was a very funny, awkward moment that I thought was very, very funny, and I'm glad they did something like that. Anyway, so they running, and he does exactly what the plan was, which was after you come back up with her, take her to the stairway. So that's exactly what he did. He took her to the stairway. Okay? He took her to the stairway. He did not go into the staircase. He left Gemma out there begging for her. Listen. Begging for him to come with her. He like standing at the door like an idiot. Do I go with her? Do I not? This is what he's thinking. And then guess who calls him? Look at her in the background right here. Look at her right there. That is so sad. So sad. Helly calls him. He turns around. He's now deciding, do I go with this woman who my Aldi thought was dead for 2 years, but married to and loves with all his heart and mind? Or do I stay with Helly R, who I love, and we've been through a lot, and this is all I know. This is all I am connected. This show. This is something else. He had to decide. And you know what? As much as I hated his decision, he made the right decision. Because what was he supposed to do? That's all he know. It's sad, but that's all he know. And then this look right here. And it wasn't until I'm glad I didn't record this yesterday, because I saw something on social media, and now I think differently. Because the look was, I just took your man, while she's sitting there crying and begging for her husband to come with, and she don't know what's going on. She don't know why he left her. She's not connected any dots at all. Or like, not right now. She will, but this is what makes me think it's Helena. It's Helena, because someone said on social media, they quoted the same thing Irving said. Helly R was never that cruel. This is cruel. This is very cruel. It's cool. I don't think people understand. I have a video I'm going to talk about Cinderella's evil stepmother. In my opinion, she's the worst Disney villain of all villains. And that's strong to say. Ursula tried to take the throne of the king and kill Ariel and get rid of her. Scar killed Mufasa. Corella is trying to make a coat out of dog skin. And yet, I think Cinderella's stepmom is the worst villain because she is cruel. They're not cruel. They're bad. They're evil. But Cinderella's stepmother is cruel, and that's a different type of evil. And you can't get worse than cruel. I mean, you could, but that's crazy. I have a whole video. I'm going to break it down. But this particular moment is cruel. And what did Irving say? Helly R is not cruel. So this makes me think it was Helena. But I just don't understand why it would be Helena. Actually, let me rephrase. I can see how it would be Helena because there must be a reason they want them to finish it, right? And would Helly R tell him to finish it? I don't know. Helly R would probably be like, don't do it. Don't do it. But Helena was like, but this one was like, finish it. Just do it. So I don't know. We're going to find out. But this look right here ain't helping. It ain't helping her case. And then what happened? They ran for like, what the Romeo? This is giving Romeo and Juliet. This is giving Jack and what's the girl? And Rose. It's very much giving Forbidden Love. It's giving, we just giving what's the robbers? What's the robbers? What's the robbers? The Robbers, old school. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about? It's very much giving, we don't know where we're going, but we're just going to go. Because where you going for real, for real? You can't run from yourselves. You're running from yourself, and yourself is with you. It's very delicious storytelling. Very delicious. Okay, let's get on into the confusion. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Confusion's a little short, but it's just little moments that was like, what's that mean? What are you saying? What's the point? What's the da-da-da? Okay? So, James Egan, this is near the beginning of the episode. We seen it at the end of the last episode, but the beginning here, and he's just kind of like, I don't see Kier in you. I don't know what happened. I used to see it, and then I don't see it no more. I don't see it in nothing around you. He said, but I see it in Helly R. I see Kier in Helly R. That's the scary part, because Helly R is the one we like. And he said, I see it in you. That's scary. That's scary. Because the one we like is Helly R. And he said, I see it in you. But Helena don't got that Kier in her. Brain explodes there. So I don't know. Because he's obviously insane, just like everybody else. It's gonna backfire upon him. Look at that. She's about ready to kill this man, and that's her father. You know, to Helly R, he's nobody to her, but that's Helena's father. So it's gonna get complicated. This man not gonna make it out alive. He don't deserve to make it out alive. He's giving Snow off of Hunger Games. Y'all know how I feel about Snow. You know how I want to melt Snow. I've been wanting to melt Snow, and he's giving me Snow. He's giving me Snow. He's giving me Snow. He's giving me Snow, and I'm about to be black ice. All right? We're just going to move on. Let's go move on. Okay, so the lamb sacrifice. This is also very unique. So, let me see something. Okay, let me go back here. Yeah, I'll go to this one here. So, the lamb sacrifice. So, first of all, Drummond said, this is what he said, I quote. He said, this beast will be, well, I think I'm quoting perfectly, but there were some words kind of messed up here. He said, the beast will be in tune with the cherished woman whose spirit must guide to Kier's door. So you could kind of see it in this picture on the left, at the bottom. Also, it's some here in the top picture, but it's really small. You can't see it. But the one facing him is the one on the bottom left. Is a lamb being sacrificed. But on the right, it looks like the lamb is revived, maybe. But then there's a person there. So I'm trying to figure out. They're making it seem like either two things. Either the goat is going into the human and guiding that human spirit to Kier. And what does that mean? To in which way? To Kier's door? I think this is what I think. I didn't put this in predictions, but just while we're here. I think they try to bring Kier back. I think they're trying to bring his spirit back, give him Voldemort. I think they're trying to Voldemort him. They're trying to bring him back, and the way they can do this is through gathering an empty slate, an empty mind. I don't know. Something's going on. Something's going on. Okay? Okay? All right. Now, last in the confusion. He screams at the door, you'll kill them all. What does that mean? Hold on. Do I have something here? Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is Gemma's Cold Harbor any? Because it seems like she has zero emotion. It seems like their plan was to remove any emotion. Because all the innies, they have emotion. The innies, they have all the emotions still. They fear, they're happy, they're sad, they have all the things. But she seems to have been removed of all the emotions, I guess, so she can work better. Because remember, just use this example, they showed a clip of Mark building the set, getting frustrated, getting annoyed, it's not working, and thinking about his life and not being able to have a baby, but he still has to build this crib, getting frustrated. That's just a natural human way. But as she's breaking this down, she's just doing it. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. But when he says you'll kill them all, are they all connected? Going back to that image with Mark in the middle, all the people in the town, are they all a part of one strand of something? where you hurt one, you kill everybody. Like, what? This show is delicious. Delicious. Okay? All right, moving on. Let's go on into the predictions. Okay, so remember, usually I would tell you what I think is going to happen next week, and then we go over last week. But because this is the last season, we're doing the opposite. We're going to go over the last week, see if I got any right, which I got a lot right, and then I'll tell you what I think is going to happen in season 3. Okay, so last week I said I think we're about to get the long-awaited conversation, which is true. I said I think he's going to go back to Lumen with the info, which is true. It just happened in a different way, but it's true. I said I think they will make a plan to get her out. I mean, that was kind of obvious. Helly will help with the map. Yes, that was true. Miss Cobell will fully integrate him. I do think that's still going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen in this season. But I do think that's still going to happen. Sorry, I'm just putting marks here so I know which ones are kind of done and then which ones maybe still we have to still wait on in the next season. I said Irving won't be back until the next season, which is true, which is unfortunately true because we love Irving. Dylan went down, not up. So I thought, which was not correct. I thought when they said, oh yeah, you can quit, that they really captured him and put him downstairs like they did Gemma, but that's not what happened at all. Okay. I said Milchick will turn. He sure did not. He turned for the worst. He turned them shoulders. Okay. He told he okay. He was giving Lil Kim. That's what he turned, but he ain't turned nothing. At least not yet. I mean, maybe he still will, but I don't know. Okay, I said Miss Cobell is fully on the good team. I do believe that to be true. I said and will now make a plan with Devin, Mark, and Assault. Not with Assault. Devin and Mark, they did make a plan, but Assault wasn't technically connected. I think she's going to come back though, because she must know something. There must be something about Assault, because how she know how to or why is she so invested about reintegration? So she obviously must know something. I said they will connect with Irving. That did not happen. I do think it still will happen, so I'll keep that. To take down Lumen. I think that's totally gonna happen. It's just not this season. I said the old friend will come in handy again. So the old friend, remember when she went to Salt Neck, Cobell, and she saw her old friend who she had child labor with. I think he's gonna come back in season 3 for sure. Mark's going, because she's going to need help, and she's going to have to go back to him for help, and she loves him, so it's going to happen. Mark's going to go down to the export hall. Yep, that's exactly what happened. And this is how I got it right, real good. I said Cold Harbor room. They're going to meet. Mark and his wife is going to meet, and then that's not going to be his wife. Absolutely right. That's exactly what happened. Except he knew that. It's only different. And then I said Mark will go and find all the Audis. Nope, that didn't happen. It will be Irving. Nope. Well, no. I do think it'll be Irving who reconnects. All right, I'll talk about it in my predictions. Okay? And then the team will go back to Mammalian Merchables with questions. Technically, no, because she came to them with the lamb. Okay? So that was my previous stuff. So those are all closed out. Now we'll talk about my predictions. Okay. So my predictions for next season. I think Gemma is now going to go after Mark with Miss Cobell and Devin. So now that Mark is swapped, now Mark is stuck, because they're not going to let Mark out now at this point. I mean, I don't know what's about to happen. It's about to be a whole situation. It's obviously about to be a whole situation. So I don't think they're going to let him out. Or even if they do let him out, I don't think he's going to want to go. So it's going to be they need to reintegrate him. That's what needs to happen. I think they'll do the goat. So I think they are going to do the goat sacrifice still. But then that might make her die. But now I'm thinking that might make a lot of people die. So not die. I think that it's not that she dies, she just loses all consciousness and doesn't exist outside of Lumen. But if she's in Lumen, she does exist. That's what I think is happening. I think that there's some people who are tethered to Lumen, cannot detach from Lumen, or they'll die. So they have to stay in Lumen in order to exist. That's what I feel is probably happening. Okay. Also, I think a big war is coming, and it's probably going to be in this season 3. We all like a big war that can break things and get things in order, and that's what's probably about to happen here. Because now you got the marching band as an army, and you got the Merchables as an army. Okay. And lastly, Irving is obviously going to come back because we love Irving so much, but I think it's going to be after he gets more information about Lumen from a different location. Because remember, Lumen's all around the world. We don't know where he's going, but wherever he's going, there's going to be a Lumen there. I don't think he's going to go into Lumen, but I think he'll find out more about Lumen from those locations because he's not going to give up. It's Irving. He can't give up. He knows there's people he care about, like Bert and others. So he's going to come back for sure. Okay, let's go back to the main cam. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Listen, this whole show, this whole experience with Severance has been absolutely delicious. Severance, from the first episode of season 1, I knew it was a masterpiece. People said, it's so slow. Shut up. I'm speaking to one particular friend. He's going to get upset. And then that particular friend watched past the 3rd episode and was like, okay, I get it. And now we're in. But I knew, you know how I knew? Because, girl, what you on that table for? And why is that angle top down like that on that table? And you don't know who you is? The show's a masterpiece. That's all I needed. So I knew from the beginning. And then that last episode of season 1, delicious. To this day, I've not screamed at the TV like that in my life. Screaming at the TV after season 1. Okay? If I'm going to compare, it's just a hard. Season 1 was more mysterious. Season 2 gave a lot more curiosity of what the answer is. 1, you're like, what is really going on? Season 1, you're like, I don't know what's going on. Season 2, you're like, oh, there's something going on. What's going on? 2 different things. Much more character development. You get to really understand why people are the way they are. There's still a lot more mystery that is to come. There's still a lot more confusion and excitement. I just hope that they do what I think shows should do, which is decide when you want to stop. If you're going to do 10 seasons, do 10 seasons with intention. If you're going to do 5 seasons, do 5 seasons with intention. Don't just keep going and going and going and going and going because you're making money and then we at season 22 and don't really know what the show is anymore. Please don't do that. Stranger Things is ending this year at season 5. Bravo. They decided when it ends and they end. I appreciate that. I don't know if The Office did this. The Office was a really good show, but I don't know if they intentionally said we're going to do 10 seasons. But eventually they decided, okay, this is the end. Let's stop. But if you keep going and going and then the show get cut off, you don't have a proper ending, and that's why I don't like. So if you're going to do 3 seasons, do 3. If you're going to do 4, do 4. If you're going to do 5, do 5. If you're going to do 10, do 10. But with an intention. That's my only thing, because what happens is you get to, if you don't have intentions on when you're going to end, you're just pumping out ideas, eventually it gets repetitive, it gets corny, it gets like, we did that, or it gets like, what was that even about? We don't want that. We want very clear guides. So I don't mind a show ending on purpose. End on purpose. So figure out what the full story is from here on out. What's how you want it to end, and then go towards that. That's what I hope is going to happen with Severance, and then you'll be a really good show. You know, as an ultimate totality. But overall, Severance is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, cinematography is delicious. Storytelling is delicious. Y'all got the audience. The audience loves it. We love it. We eating it up. We're figuring it out. Oh, I realized the difference. There's 2 types of, you know, is it a word, predicticalities? I don't know if that's a word or not. But when you can predict the story, there's 2 types. There's one I like and one I don't like, right? The one I like, which I think Severance has, and the show I'm watching right now, Surface on Apple TV as well. I'm very much saying the next line as they're going. That's not a bad thing. If you made such a smooth story that you've made it clear enough for the audience to pick up where you're going, picking up what you're putting down, I think that's good. That's what we want. We want to be like, knew that was going to happen. Because, I mean, you did it. There's the other side of, like, you said the same line everybody's saying every single movie. Or you're doing the same thing everybody. Those are two different predictable things. Where it's like, of course I knew that was going to happen because every movie does that. That's not what Severance is doing. But there are some things where it's like, oh, I knew it was going to go that route. Or the collective audience. People already knew from the beginning, from the first episode, that ain't Helly R. Even I said it. I was trying to fight against it. But I even said, if you go back to the first episode of me reviewing it, I was like, I think it's her, but I don't think they're going to go that route. So mine was more like, they have a stronger storyteller. I don't know if they're going to go that route, but they just went that route. And it was great. The reason why they went the route, because probably in this episode, it ain't her. First episode, it wasn't her. Last episode wasn't her. Just saying. If you really want to get there. But we ain't going to go there right now. Anyway, stay tuned. I'm definitely going to be doing more shows. Not many, because I got to get back to the movies. The only shows I plan to do a breakdown for is Stranger Things, and that's it. Oh, Stranger Things and Fallout, because I'm gonna finish Fallout reaction, and then I'm gonna record. I think what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be busy, but a double whammy where I'm gonna record my reaction of watching Fallout season 2 to put on YouTube, and I'll do a breakdown of the episode. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Anyway, we'll see, but that'll keep it. That'll keep it fun. But anyway, stay tuned. There's a lot of good stuff coming. I'm getting back to Walking Dead soon. I'm getting back to One Punch Man. I'm going to be doing some good movies. I want to do Wicked. I want to do Woman King. I want to do Harriet the Spy, because I forgot the lady's name, but she just passed, the one who plays the character. And I haven't seen Harriet the Spy in so long that I don't remember what it was about. I've seen it maybe one time when I was a kid. So I would love to watch that again. One, to honor her, but also just to reminisce on that movie. And I wanted to do, I want to do The Godfather. I've never seen The Godfather, any of them, ever. I've never seen Sopranos, what's it called? Scarface? Is that that's something else. Don't. You know, I don't know nothing. But I really want to do The Godfather. And that would be fun to watch because I've never seen it before. And who doesn't like a gangster movie? You know what I mean? Anyway, so stay tuned. Also, thank you guys once again for the stickers. Let me just put the picture up since I'm here. Thank you so much for this, supporting the sticker shop. Go ahead and get you guys some more stickers. Remember, I got a sale going right now. I'm 35% off on all stickers for Women's History Month on my Etsy shop. So go check it out. I do have my Cutt coloring book. Check that out as well. That's on jcutt.com. And yeah, if you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button, because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. All right, I'm going to go take a nap.